Welcome back to Brossard to Quebec. We are a few minutes away from the Division 4B finals. I'm Alex Dubois here in the booth alongside
Kwesi Gordemont.
And we have Grabba Leaf, the number 12 seed, 3-7 record on the season, a massive underdog, coming up and facing off against the 5-5 Ballz Deep. Kwesi, what do you know about these teams?
So again, Ballz Deep is a veteran team. They've been playing this league for a while. You have the star quarterback Justin Weir and his trustly wide receivers that he's been again playing for so long. I'm not surprised that Ballz Deep is in the finals. They're a team to a point where if they could get into the finals, they could show up, make some plays, get some upsets, which they did as they finished 5-5. Grabba Leaf, completely different story with this team. They struggled the whole year, up and down. They barely got into playoffs as the bottom seed, where they kind of needed some situations to happen, which did. So this is one team where it's to a point where I feel like it's a hit or a miss.
It's very much hit or miss, but it's also a team full of talent, brimming with young FPF stars, very much coming into their own. I think this playoff has been a story of them learning the game, gelling as a unit, and now despite being a 3-7 team, and in my opinion, they are the favorites coming into this final.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna bring it down to Nick that has an interview with Maya Fazio.
Maya, we're about to play the Division 4B championship game, and this is a men's division, and you are clearly not a man, you are a woman. How does it feel to be one of the only ones, or if not the only woman playing in a men's division in FPF Winter 2026?
Well, honestly, I love it. I love playing football, so just to be out here playing with higher competition, I just love it. And, I get to prove myself every single time I step on this field and, show people that I can play with men too and not just girls. And just show my talent off and get my name out there.
You're not only playing with men, you are performing. You have more than 5 TDs this season. Justin Ware believes in you, more than 200 yards through the air as well. Tell me a little bit about that connection with your quarterback, Justin Ware.
Well, I've known him for a long time, since I was really young, so I feel like I've got this kind of uncle connection with him as well. I also think that, the guys on the other team, they don't think I'm that good. So I love it. I get the ball more. So he sees that, and he trusts me, and I trust him as a quarterback and what he sees. So
you guys were 5-5 coming into the playoffs. So you're not a team that was expected to make it to this championship, but you clawed your way into it, and now you're here. The other team, the team you're playing against, is 3-7 in the regular season. They made it through the last seed in the playoffs, and they're up here in the championship as well. You guys beat them in the regular season. Is this a team that you guys can underestimate?
No, because honestly, I think that the higher you are in the seeding, you get this big ego. And I don't think that, football, even in the NFL, things can happen any Sunday. And this is a Sunday, so we'll see what happens. But we won't take them lightly, so.
Maya, we know it's hard to win games in FPF, but it's even harder to win them twice. This is the task you guys have to do since you beat them in the regular season, like I mentioned, to get this championship. What is the main thing you guys have to focus on to accomplish this and win twice and get the cup tonight?
I think we just need a lot of effort, which I know these guys have a lot of heart as well. Play as a team, do the little things, catch the ball, reach, deflag. So I think we got it.
Thank you, Maya. Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you guys in the booth.
Perfect.
Thank you so much. You killed it.
Okay. Say that again.
And we're back.
And we're back. Coming up in just a few minutes will be this Division 4 final. These are two teams who do not necessarily get along the best. They played one very heated game in the regular season. Kwesi, what can we take away from that previous game?
A lot of tension. Again, both of these teams are aggressive. They like to talk a lot, and it's to a point where I don't think Grabba Leaf takes any type of, you would say, crap. So I feel like any type of talking that Ballz Deep that ends up that they end up shooting towards them, they're gonna take offense and they're gonna shoot it right back at you.
And we have here the game getting underway. This is Ballz deep, and Justin Weir under center, scrambling immediately, taking off running, something he's done all season long. A 10-yard pickup, a 20-yard pickup, dancing down the sideline. Touchdown, Ballz deep.
Yeah, so great play from Justin. Again, lazy tackle from Grabba. I feel like they didn't realize the game kind of started. You had Shamar coming down the sideline, running after him as a rusher. Missed the tackle. You had number 10 that ended up missing a tackle, and number 8 missing a tackle. So you had Tristan Reed that missed a tackle, and also you had Keon Reed. Both the brothers that ended up missing a tackle on that back end, where Justin Weir was able to punch it in for 6 points on a 40-yard run.
And that's going to be a matchup you need to watch absolutely all game long. Justin Weir has been an electric rusher. Over 500 rushing yards in the regular season. He relies on his legs, but going for this 1-point convert attempt here, he's going to need to throw it in the red zone. Scrambling towards his left, looking towards the back of the end zone. Touchdown, 1-point convert is good. That is Russell Clipston making it a 7-0 lead for Ballz deep.
I believe that's actually Brandon Birch. I could be wrong, but they might have the wrong jersey number.
Entirely possible. I'm going based off the jersey numbers in the regular season.
Pretty sure that's Birch. Could be wrong.
Regardless, it is now a 7-0 lead. Grabba Leaf already in the hole, but that's a position they've been used to playing from this season. This is a team which has come and overcome a 3-7 record to make the final. Here we have Tristan Reed under center, taking his time, scrambling towards his left, and ultimately throwing it out of bounds. You could say throwing it away. Incomplete, second down.
So one player that we are going to be missing today, I believe it is, it's going to be on, I believe it's, who are we missing? There's someone that's missing on Grabba Leaf. I'm not sure exactly. I don't remember his.
So the situation here is Grabba Leaf are wearing pennies. We've prepped for this game based on regular season numbers. So we're adjusting on the fly to the fact that these teams are now playing with entirely different numbers. Here we have 3 receivers to Reed's left, a single receiver motioned out to his right. He waves his hands, takes the snap. He's looking towards his right, throws the drag, pass is caught, flag is down on the play. This may be interference on the rusher. Let's see the call coming from our officials.
I mean, I like the play design, kind of getting everyone to one side, having an easy target to Shamar, which was completed. We're just waiting for the call for Mo Khan on the right sideline. Right side sideline.
There is no flag on the play after discussion between Mr. Khan and Mr. Leclerc. The play stands, and I believe that was a 7-yard pickup, setting up third down. A nice little concept drag coming across the middle of the field, completed quickly, setting up what is now a third and manageable. We now have Trey Bentley under center. Switching it up here. Trey Bentley, an explosive athlete, one of the top receivers and defenders for this Grabba Leaf team.
So
coming in at quarterback. Look for a run. Instead, this pass is thrown looking towards Shamar Parkinson. Incomplete, setting up a 4th down.
So fun fact about Trey Bentley, he was actually he's actually a quarterback that now he's playing kind of receiver. He was a quarterback at Champlain Cavaliers, the tackle team.
Interesting. Perhaps not his most gorgeous throw then on that 3rd down play. It looks like he will be again playing quarterback here on 4th down. A pivotal 4th down coming up early in the game. Bentley is under center for the 2nd time. We have Darius Reed, the usual quarterback, motioned out to his right. Bentley takes the snap, looks left, scrambles right, throws deep over the middle of the field. Touchdown! Grabba Leaf. That's a huge grab by Keon Reed, and they take an early strike right down the middle of the field, 7-6.
Yeah, so great ball, great route from the receiver there, great touchdown. One thing I do want to just mention, so Darius Reed is usually number 3. Right now, because we have pennies, we have a number 3, but it's not Darius Reed, which was the starting quarterback for Grabba Leaf. So he's not here right now. I believe he's in Kingston with Team Quebec for the Nationals for flag.
Very interesting. So what you're saying is that Darius Reed is out in Kingston, and we are expecting Trey Bentley to play under center for the remainder of this game. We have a very high snap, which Bentley cajoles. He rushes towards his right in hot pursuit, throws towards the back of the end zone, looking towards Edshow, incomplete.
Yeah. So again, I believe Trey Bentley is going to be able to avoid Justin Blackburn. That is the rushers for Ballz deep. So I think he's going to be comfortable in that situation. I just think he's going to have to try to get the ball a bit lower to his receivers, where a lot of, I guess we were kind of saying at the beginning that these guys are athletic and they could come down with a lot of these balls.
We now have a 1-point lead. Grabba Leaf not converting for one. Weir has not yet completed a pass, but is already up 6-0. Now completes pass to Matthew Peacock over the middle of the field, tackled immediately by Edgehill. That's after a 7-yard gain on the play.
Again, so good first play for Weir. Again, he kind of went off for a run for 40 yards. Now he kind of went back to all hooks, found Matthew Peacock, one of his reliable receivers that he's been playing with for so long. Gain of 7 yards. Great first play.
Playing with, I think, for nearly a decade now. That's quite the connection between the two of them. DeFazio snaps the ball to Weir. Weir is targeting number 77 on the play, makes a first band miss, makes a second tackle, is eventually made. That is Shanton Smith, the elusive receiver, gaining a first down for Ballz deep.
Yeah, there you go. Shanton Smith, also a reliable receiver, someone that Justin Weir is very comfortable with, someone that he's been playing with for quite a while as well. He had a quick slant in where none of the Grabba Leaf defenders ended up coming down underneath, and was able to gain a first down.
Again, going to this trip set to his left. 3 receivers out to his left, the single receiver out to his right. It's his brother. He's looking left. He's looking deep. Touchdown, Shanton Smith. They made it look easy. We see holding up a 3. Are they saying perhaps that was a 3-corner lock? Someone forgot the lock. Someone is tapping their chest. That's a missed assignment. That's a Grabba Leaf we saw during the regular season. That is not the Grabba Leaf we've seen during the playoffs.
Yeah, so one thing I also want to say that Darius Reed is the leader of this team. For him not being there, it's gonna cause a lot of confusion with these guys. I feel like Darius Reed's the guy that kind of puts everyone in place, and he calls he's the one that kind of calls and gets everyone communicating and make sure everyone knows what they're doing. So the fact you kind of saw it right there.
Very much missing then the heart and soul of this team, making this an even larger underdog fight for Grabba Leaf. Weir receives a snap from DeFazio, scrambles towards his right, looking towards the back of the end zone, complete to Matthew Peacock. It is now a 14-6 lead, putting the screws slowly to Grabba Leaf.
Yeah, so great play call from Justin. One thing you're going to see with Justin is that a lot of his plays are really timing routes. He knows where a lot of his receivers are. So if it becomes blown coverages or just coverages that are not covering certain zones, he will hit it.
It is now time for Grabba Leaf to score, and they need a convert as well. Here now lining up at quarterback is Tristan Reed, wearing number 8, who claps his hands. He looks over the middle of the field. He throws a slant, caught and tackled. Tackled, I mean, in the literal sense, by Weir.
Yeah, so Weir was kind of coming down full speed. He couldn't really do much. He was trying to go for the flag. His momentum got him to kind of wrap the receiver and end up having a huge contact on the floor. They might actually take him out for 10 plays in this situation.
We play flag football. That was very much a tackle football play. It was a textbook tackle, except just the wrong kind of football. And I believe the discussion the refs are having at the moment is to determine if this is an unnecessary roughness penalty.
Yeah, he's out for 10 plays.
It is deemed unnecessary roughness. He's out for 10 plays. One Weir comes to the sideline. Another Weir, his brother, Justin, steps in. Justin Weir himself is a fantastic defender. I've played with him. I've played against him. He likes playing safety. He has a lot of range, a lot of speed, great instincts on the ball. While it also hurts to have a player out for 10 plays, this is not a calamitous removal.
No, not exactly. But I feel like you kind of want your quarterback kind of locked in playing offense and not so much defense in a championship game like this.
I completely agree, but in terms of replacements off the bench, this is an elite player coming in off the bench. But that was a first down. Reed surveys, rusher bailoring in. He throws towards the outside of the field. That's caught by Bentley, bursting down the sideline. Touchdown, Trey Bentley, elite speed, and I presume that's why he's playing receiver and not quarterback.
Yeah, so one thing with Grabba Leaf here, that these guys are all athletic, is to a point where it looked like it was a blown play from the start. I feel like it was going to be a sack, then it was going to be an interception from inside. He ended up getting the ball to the outside receiver, and he was able to just outrun everybody and score a touchdown.
It even looked like he slowed down for half a second, drew in the defender, and then exploded down the sideline. They're now going for two. Bentley's back at quarterback. Reed's motioned out right. 2-point conversion upcoming. Bentley takes the snap, looks to his left, scrambles towards his right. Is he going to take off running? No, he's not. He's throwing towards the front of the end zone. It is in and out of the hands of Keon Reed. That should have been caught. It should have been a tie game. It is not. It is a 2-point lead for Ballz Deep, who will now have the chance to score and take a 2-possession lead early in this game.
Yeah, that should have been caught. Again, I don't think Justin Blackburn, the rusher for Ballz Deep, is going to be able to run head-to-head with Trey Bentley when he goes as quarterback. I think his biggest job right now is to contain and make sure that he does not give him the outside, because that could get dangerous for a 2-point convert where Trey Bentley could also have an attempt to run that in.
Very much so. We now need to see something from the Grabba Leaf defense. 10, 11 INTs on the season. And let's see what they can do now. But instead of Weir is taking off, he is scrambling. He's taking his time. He's dancing. Lots of time. Going backwards. Makes the rusher miss. Lofted down the sideline. Caught by Peacock. As we said in our last game we were doing together, you simply cannot cover for 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. That's exactly what happened there. The defense held up for the first 5 seconds, and then Weir, his elusiveness in his legs, were able to get the better of this Grabba Leaf defense.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Again, Weir has a step on Shamar as coming in rushing, so he feels a bit comfortable. It's to a point where when you know someone's faster than you in that quarterback position, you know you can kind of dance left and dance right. And when you have nothing else to do, you do end up going running full speed to a certain side where you feel comfortable going.
First down for Ballz Deep. DeFazio snaps the ball to Weir. Weir surveys, throws towards the sideline, caught by Shanton Smith, makes a first man miss, but he does not. Tackle is made by Reed. Short gain on the play.
Yeah, so that was a good read. That was a good read from Justin. Kind of realized that his receiver on the outside was unguarded. No one was kind of there, undefended. So he kind of just hit him for a quick 5-yard gain.
And that's where you see the experience of this Ballz Deep team coming through. Maybe they're not the most athletic players on the field, but with Weir's intelligence and the ability to recognize and diagnose plays even pre-snap, he's able to dissect this opposing defense. Again there, immediate pass to Matthew Peacock, who is tackled. Nonetheless, first down gained. Again, he's reading this defense before the ball's even snapped. You're going to need to see some adjustments coming from Grabba Leaf, and that could be as simple as just manning up across the board.
Yeah, that's something that you're probably going to see sooner or later. I think the guys might get frustrated and start playing man. I don't think it's the best case scenario because Justin's going to see that, and I think the biggest option is the rushers not really able to get to Justin. So if you play a man-to-man, you also have to account the quarterback that could run in certain situations.
I completely agree. Let's see what adjustments this Grabba Leaf defense might make. Pass complete towards Maya DeFazio, reaching the ball towards the goal line. She's tackled at the 1 by Edshow. And Edshow is exactly what I want to talk about. Jaden Edshow on the season, not only a fantastic receiver, but also the heart and soul of this defense with 6 INTs, 3 sacks, and 4 PDs. In my opinion, he's the key to this game for Grabba Leaf on defense, and that might mean transitioning him to rusher and then switching him out of coverage. He has the athleticism and the ability to win against Weir, I do believe, in coverage, and I think that may be better suited than having him play man-to-man defense on DeFazio.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
From the 1-yard line, Weir scrambles, tries to make the rusher miss. He does, tries to make the rusher miss again. He's now backing up. He's backpedaling. This could be a massive sack. He evades the rusher. He's scrambling, and ultimately he still evades the rusher, and it is a touchdown. That is a back-breaking play for this Grabba Leaf defense. They had him dead to rights. They had him for a 15-yard loss, and instead of a game-changing sack, touchdown.
Yeah, they're definitely going to want to. I think they might have to try to change up the rusher here and there. Shamar is fast. I think Justin is way faster and just a bit more shiftier.
Shifty is the word I'd use to describe Weir. Yes, he's quick, but his one step, similar to what we saw from Jeans Ledixi, is so explosive. His change of direction is what makes him so hard to sack.
We've got a big convert here that could turn.
A huge convert looking to take a 9-point lead. The 9-point lead is a 2-possession lead. Surveilling, throwing to the front of the end zone, looking for Curly Mikul, another veteran of this team, another sure-handed receiver, and yet the ball is dropped. Grabba Leaf have a hope. They have a hope of making this a tie game with a touchdown and a 2-point convert.
Exactly it. So that's a good stop for Grabba for that 1-point convert. I'm curious to see who's going to be the quarterback starting this off.
Reed.
Yeah.
An interesting decision. Bentley definitely has the pedigree, having played tackle football, a fantastic athlete, and yet they seem to rather lining him up at receiver rather than at quarterback. Reed surveys the defense. Right glove off, catches the ball, looks across the middle of the field, throws perhaps a pass he would have liked to have back, looking for his receiver. Ball is dropped. That being said, they are now getting previsible. They're continuously targeting these crossing routes over the middle of the field. This Ballz deep defense is going to be able to start cluing in.
Yeah, I feel like if they just make sure they shoot the inside first, and then when it kind of starts not being there, start backing up, I think they're gonna. I feel like there's gonna be an interception at some point if they decide to keep throwing the ball in the middle of the field like this.
And even look at the way they're lining up. They're not stretching the field. They're not looking deep. Again, across the middle of the field. Yes, caught by Trey Bentley. A very nice 6-yard gain, but the risk you're taking throwing passes like that, the risk you're taking just about on every play of that being jumped for an interception is not necessarily worth the benefit, which is a 5-6 yard gain.
Yeah, that was to be honest, pardon me, that was a very dangerous pass where if for some reason Bentley ended up tipping that in the air or the defender was able to come down a bit faster, that's going to be a pick.
And yet it wasn't. We have a 3rd down. We still have another chance for the first 2 more, in fact. Reed takes the ball, scrambling towards his left, dodging towards his right. Rusher goes in for the sack. It's missed. Ball is flipped out towards his brother Reed, scrambling down the sideline. And that is number 3, Chris Henry. Sorry, not his brother, with the gain on the play. That being said, that should have been a sack. The rusher, Justin Blackburn, came up empty-handed, looked to see where the flag should have been, and instead saw absolutely nothing.
Yeah, that was a huge missed sack for Justin Blackburn. He was definitely there. I felt like he had him. He had a perfect pursuit, perfect angle, and just missed him.
And the result of the play was a 1st down, a 1st and goal. They're now scrimmaging from the 6-yard line. For a new quarterback, this is where it can get very difficult. Those windows get smaller. Reed scrambles towards his right, tries to make the rusher miss, aims towards the back of the end zone, but is sacked by Blackburn, who gets his revenge on the play.
Yeah, after the 3rd, 4th attempt, Justin finally gets a sack, which is a huge sack for this Ballz deep defense.
And there we go. We see Reed tries to make a miss, flips his hips, comes around, grabs the flag as the ball is still in the quarterback's hand. Ball in quarterback's hand, and flags out equates to sack. Interesting here, note that since they were in the red zone before, they are still in the red zone, and despite being at the 9-yard line, the quarterback cannot run. Let's see, this is when I would look towards the right, where you have 2 very good jump ball receivers in Edgehill and Bentley. Do you throw one up and see if you can exploit this slightly shorter Ballz deep defense? Reed is looking towards his right. He's throwing, completed towards number 10. That's Henry. There's an early whistle on the play. He stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, but I think his flag came out just before, so I think they're gonna call him. His shoe? Never mind. Unless they're gonna decide the shoe.
Are they going to consider his shoe being a flag?
I doubt that. That wouldn't make any sense.
So in my opinion, what happened here is there was an accidental whistle.
Yeah, incidental.
The ref saw a white shoe on the floor, presumed the white shoe was a flag. In the heat of the moment, an easy mistake to make, nonetheless unfortunate.
But one thing you do have to say, I don't think there was a defender in front of him. So, I mean, it was a walk-in touchdown.
But in the case of an accidental whistle, you can either take the result of the play, this case being a 5-yard gain, or the option to replay it. There's no outcome to take the full result of the play,
but
regardless of there being no one in front of him.
That's very weird because it's like no one's there, so it's like I find that very odd.
It is odd. The unfortunate thing there is when there's an accidental whistle, the play is dead. There's no way to extend the play past the whistle. So what likely would be the scenario here would be the play ruled an accidental whistle and then a decision between 4th and goal from the 5 or 3rd and goal from the 9.
I believe they're redoing the down.
Exactly. So they've chosen to replay the play. I do believe here we have second or third down. to be verified. Nonetheless, this is a play where Grabba can't let it get to their head. It's a frustrating play. As a player, it is really unfortunate to see an official make a mistake. It is something that does happen. It's part of the game as well. But to be able to overcome those mental hurdles is a huge part of the game. And here we're throwing towards the back of the end zone. Touchdown, crossbody. Edgehill reels it in. They were not shadowed. They were not rattled. They were not shooken. They now have a chance to tie this game up with a huge 2-point convert incoming.
Yeah, good ball, good catch. You know what they always say, right? Ball don't lie.
The ball does not lie. Edgehill brought it down. And I think that's where we've seen the progression from Grabba. This is a team who did get rattled during the regular season, who let calls go to their head. And now we saw a really unfortunate call, which should have been a touchdown. They forgot about it. They moved on to the next play and immediately converted. That's the maturity and that's the experience that has brought them to this championship final. And let's see what it can serve here on this 2-point conversion attempt from the 10-yard line. Now Bentley under center. Blackburn barreling in, throwing towards the front of the end zone. It is caught. The 2 points is good. The game is tied with a minute 20 left in the first half.
Yeah, so great play there. You kind of saw Justin Blackbird coming down to Bentley, and he kind of figured, okay, well, I know you're faster than me, so I'm going to take the approach where I'm going to try to contain you until you make your decision. That's something, again, we kind of saw in the co-ed game where Phoebe took with John Slee, where you're giving the quarterback too much time and leaving your defenders out there trying to cover a zone for way too long.
And that all comes down to the athleticism of the quarterback and the respect given by the rusher. We have here, talking about rusher, a minute 27 on the clock, and Shamar Parkinson barreling down towards Justin Weir, who's looking towards the sideline, completing towards Shanton Smith, makes a first and a second man miss, first down gained, clock stopped, 12-yard pickup. The most important part of that being the clock is now stopped.
Yes, exactly. Until the cones are back in. I'm curious to see when Grabba is going to play man, unless they are playing man and it's just kind of off, or guys are not making assignments, because I feel like they're giving so much space to the sideline, to the outside of these receivers.
The defense just feels a little soft. There's a lot of cushion. There's a lot of room. And it's not what you'd expect to see if it was indeed man. This does look like zone here. Specifically, it looks like really soft corner lock. So corner lock will be 4 defenders short, 1 safety over the top, and the 2 corners, so the defenders on the outside following vertical routes. But what I'm seeing here from this Grabba defense is they're so worried about those vertical routes. The outside defenders are playing at 8 to 9 yards instead of 5 to 7, giving up a cushion, and simply put, Ballz deep are just taking that 5-yard cushion down the sideline for easy completions.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Spot on.
First down coming up, 55 seconds on the clock. Time is running. 2 receivers to each side of Maeda Fazio, the snapper. We're waiting, drawing some time off the clock, claps his hands, receives the snap, looks towards Curly Mikul, who atones for his earlier drop on the 1-point conversion attempt, caught at the 2-yard line. Time continues to run. If I'm Grabba, I would now call a timeout.
Yeah, to this point, you kind of do call a timeout. But again, maybe you kind of force deep balls to kind of to hurry up their offense. The time is kind of ticking down. We're looking at they're probably going to hit the ball about 20 seconds, meaning there's going to have maybe 2 plays left.
Very little time left on the clock. This is a touchdown thrown towards Maeda Fazio, who reaches out the ball towards the goal line. There is a flag on the play. Touchdown on the play. I believe they're going to call illegal contact on the defense.
Yeah, that's what it seems like it's going to be the call.
So this illegal contact penalty, I do believe, will now be applied on the convert. That's what our head official, Jason Leclerc, is going and asking to the Ballz deep crew. So they'll now have the option of going for 1 from the 1 or 2 from the 5. Kwesi, what would you rather, 1 from the 1 or 2 from the 5?
To be honest, how this game's a shootout, I'm going 2 from the 5.
I agree with that. We've seen Jason Leclerc put his 2 fingers up in the air, symbolizing a 2-point conversion attempt. Official Mokan drops the cone at the 5-yard line. Just as you said, 2 from the 5. This is a team that loves going for 1, far more comfortable 1 for 2. So the ability to go for 1, so go for 2 from the 1-yard line is a win-win. Weir scrambles towards his left, comes back towards the middle field. He was looking towards the back of the end zone. It was well defended. They had stuck on Weir at the back of the end zone. He then drifted off, let him escape towards the far side of the field. 2 points is good, 15 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, if I was Grabba Leaf there, I maybe would have put Bentley there to rush just this one. It was a big 2-point convert. I think he would have got there a bit faster and made had Justin throw the ball a bit faster than he did.
Trey Bentley under center. We know how strong his arm is. This is a quarterback who used to play tackle at Champlain. Is he going to air it out with 15 seconds left? Take the snap, looks towards his right. He's looking deep. He tries to scramble. He tries to get away, and he is sacked. Time is running. There will be one play left in the half.
Yeah, so great job by Justin Blackburn there. I thought Trey was going to be able to get I thought Trey was going to get to the sideline. Justin literally jumped about, 2 feet to make a tackle there. We'll make a sack there, and he did a great job.
Risking it all or nothing. If you miss on a jump like that, the quarterback has an eternity to run, to throw. Instead, we now have one final play coming up, no time on the clock. So in these scenarios, the timing rules work more like the CFL, where as long as there's a whistle with time on the clock, there will be a final untimed play. I would keep your eye to the bottom right of your screen towards Edgehill. Huge here. That is intentional grounding in the end zone.
Safety.
That is a safety.
Yeah, that's
Wait. Mo Khan has a second flag on the play.
I think Mo Khan called the same. So unfortunately, again, that's a bit of that's a huge rookie mistake where you kind of wouldn't see that from a veteran player.
So I think where that comes from is I've seen Trey Bentley play. He played a lot in FPF Junior. FPF Junior is 5v5. A huge difference between 5v5 and 6v6 is the existence or not of intentional grounding. There is none in the junior divisions. There's none in 5v5. I think he simply did not know that there was intentional grounding. We're now going to be heading down to the sideline. Nicolas Pierre-Marcy is standing by with Tristan Reed.
All right, straight to you, Nick.
Tristan, obviously not the end of the half that you guys wanted. You guys are currently trailing by 10. What is imperative that you guys do to get back in this championship game?
Well, we just got to do what we have to do. Like, everything that's happening is on us, but with busted coverage, we just took a safety before half. It's just the shit that happens.
Talk to me about your season so far. You guys went 3-7. We're the last team to make the playoffs, the 12th seed, and now you're in the championship game. What does it say about the type of team you have?
Honestly, we weren't serious at first. We had a bad mentality. We were talking after the games. All we had to focus on was just making the playoffs. Like, we had dudes showing up. We had games with just 6 players. But we weren't serious at first, but we knew if playoff comes, everybody's going to dial in. Be ready to go.
Your starting quarterback all season, your brother Darius Reed couldn't be here today. He's at Nationals with Team Quebec U19 in Kingston, Ontario. You are taking the lead for the team at quarterback, not your natural position. So far, you've thrown 3 touchdowns in this first half. What a performance, and was that the mindset that you had coming in? Talk to me a little bit about that role that you had to take that you're not necessarily used to.
We knew being a quarterback is nothing crazy. Not to diss any quarterback, but it's nothing crazy in flag. You're just checking the ball down 90% of the time. I know with Darius here, we don't play like that. We just throw fades and run. But I gotta try and take over, do what he does a bit. It's gonna be a little hard, but we'll figure it out hopefully.
Tristan, thank you. Good luck in the second half. Thank you. Back to you guys.
And we're back live now. Thank you very much, Nicolas, for that on-field interview. It's 30-20 at the half. That 2-point, that safety that was just given up by Grabba Leaf has made it so that it is now a 2-possession game. And the question now being, who is your quarterback for Grabba Leaf in the second half? Is it Trey Bentley and his athleticism, or is it Reed's methodical approach to dicing up the field?
I think you stay with Reed. I think you kind of need Trey's speed on the outside, and he could take a lot of certain plays and literally break tackles and get a bunch of yak yards and score. So I think you kind of keep with Reed. He hasn't really made any big mistakes yet. No, the balls are not coming out how you kind of want it, and yes, a lot of the passes that he is doing is kind of risky, but so far right now, their offense is rolling. They just had a bit of a hiccup at that last play where they got into a situation where they let their defense led a touchdown up, and then they had the safety situation. But other than that, they've been playing great ball. They scored 20 points in the first half, which is not bad. At the end of the day, that's averaging 40 points. They just let Ballz Deep score 30.
And it's now Reed back under center. Takes the snap to start the second half. Completes towards Bentley. Tackle is made by Weir. Short gain on the play. The one difference I would like to see coming here for this Grabba Leaf offense would be to take a few shots. They have the athletes. They have the arm strength to throw this down the field, and by attacking those deep and intermediate zones, you're going to open up those drags which they're trying to hit.
Yeah, I honestly don't think Reed has the arm that it seems. I don't. It doesn't seem like he does with the accuracy. I think if you're going to do deep shots, you're going to have to put Bentley out there.
Let's see Reed here, second down. He is chucking it deep. It is open. It is a fantastic defended pass by Justin Weir.
So there you go. I mean, I guess he proved me wrong because that ball did get pretty far. Justin did a great job on kind of getting back to steps and getting to that coverage where he was so close to getting interception there.
He was a few inches away. Could this ball have been thrown a bit more to the outs? I know we're splitting hairs here. This is Division 4B. But if that ball's thrown to the back pylon instead of leading his receiver inside, are we talking about a touchdown now instead of a defended pass?
Yeah, if it was back shoulder to the left side, yeah, I believe that's a touchdown. I also love the fact that Justin didn't turn around until he realized that the ball was coming. That was a huge defensive play.
He's a really savvy defender. You could argue if his better position is safety or if it's quarterback. We now seen Curly Mikol miss a first time, a second time, and the quarterback simply now giving up a sack. You need to get the ball out of your hand quicker than that.
Yeah, so he actually had so many of his receivers open up. I thought after breaking the first rush, he was going to throw to anyone on that right side. I believe he had 3 guys wide open. Instead, he kind of went back to the right, came back to the left, did a 360 spin with the ball, and then ended up getting sacked.
Sometimes when you have too many receivers open, it's like having none open at all. You think, who do I want to throw to? Who is nicest to me? Who deserves a touchdown? Instead, you give up the sack, and that's a bit of what we saw on the previous play from Grabba Leaf. It is now Trey Bentley under center. Snap is low and to his left. He scrambles to his right. It looks like he's going to take off running. Mikol in hot pursuit. He stretches the ball over the first down pylon. First down gained. Bentley showing off his athleticism.
Yeah, great job. I think right now Justin Blackburn is hurt, and that's why he's not rushing. I think that last sack that he did when he did the diving attempt, I'm pretty sure maybe he hurt his back. He definitely hurt something. You kind of saw him wheezing after that sack. So I think they're going to be out. I think they're going to be without Justin Blackburn for the rest of this game.
And that's a huge hit to this Ballz deep defense. Justin Blackburn has 9 sacks on the season. And to counter this athletic Grabba Leaf team, you need all the help you can get. We have here Curtly Mikul rushing in. Ball completed from Reed to Bentley. Tackle made by Shanton Smith on the play. Since you now have Mikol rushing, would you rather put in the athleticism of Bentley at quarterback, or are you still sticking it out with Reed?
I think I would kind of rotate them. Put Bentley when you're able to run. Keep Reed when you're able to pass. I don't think I think that Bentley's gonna have a better option when running the ball, but Reed's gonna have a better option when throwing.
Let's see what it gives here on this second down play. We have Reed in at quarterback, Bentley out to his right. Those are our 2 main protagonists for Grabba Leaf. We here have Mikol rushing in, trying to grab the flag, missing, completing across the middle of the field. That is number 3. With the grab, huge gain, first down on the play. Chris Henry moving the chains.
Yeah, exactly, Chris Henry. So again, great job by the quarterback in that situation, and great job on Chris Henry to keep fighting, getting open, end up crossing the field right in front of the quarterback's face, catching the ball, getting a few extra yards, getting a first down, I want to say.
Yep, first down gained on the play. I do believe so. Yep, we're scrimmaging from the 2-yard line. Again, this is where the field gets very small for a new quarterback. The windows get smaller. Interception. Offside on the rusher. What a strange play.
Yes.
No.
No, offside on the offense.
Offside on the offense. Penalty is declined. Interception. Putting the dagger to this Grabba Leaf team. That's a turnover that hurts.
Yeah, it seems like the rusher did go offside, but the rusher is technically allowed to go offside as long as he gets back.
Which he did.
To the rusher back, yeah. To be honest with you, it was. I don't think he was fully back. If I was Grabba Leaf, this is something I would definitely challenge just because you're at a stage where you don't want to go down by 16.
And in the case there is offside on the rusher, those would be offsetting penalties. You would replay the down, which is considerably better than a touchdown. Here, pass is complete to Matthew Peacock. We had Edgehill barreling down, a flag on the play. It's going to be unnecessary contact on the defense.
So great ball from Justin. I guess we actually have flag guard.
We have flag guarding. Interesting.
Yeah, flag guard from.
You don't normally see the flag come out for flag guarding. It's generally whistled and moved back, but to each ref their own style. There's nothing wrong with the whistle coming out. It was a 5-yard gain, a 5-yard flag guard. You can call it a 5-yard gain and loss, or you can simply call it 2nd and 10, which is what we have here coming up. Weir takes the snap, takes his time. Shamar Smith is barreling down. The pass is completed down the sideline towards Weir, tackled at the 2-yard line, but that is yet another blown coverage from this Grabba Leaf defense, and another time where that corner lock defense is simply not working for them.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, the fact that he was able to find his brother wide open on the sideline. Just kind of, it seemed like he was kind of going down from a slow streak, staying in that zone when Nora was there, being able to catch the ball, getting to the 5-yard line. So now we're going to have a 1st and goal at Grabba Leaf's 5-yard line.
And if there's a player you want to keep an eye on, it probably is Jonathan Weir, the leading receiver for this season. Obviously a blood connection of quarterback Justin Weir, his brother. 28 receptions, 290 yards, and 11 touchdowns. He's a player to keep your eye on now at the moment because he is their go-to red zone target. Weir is looking towards the back of the end zone and instead completes to Matthew Peacock. Touchdown, Ballz deep, 16-point lead. And we now see Grabba Leaf looking up to the heavens. It's getting late.
Yeah, so right now they kind of have to stay composed. There's still lots of time left. We're looking at about 12 minutes by the time they get back the ball. They're down by 16. They're a team that can get out of this hole, but they're definitely going to have to try to lock in. Again, it seems like they're having fun. They're still smiling, so that's great and all. But their offense is going to have to score at least. Their offense is going to have to score some touchdowns.
Their offense has to score some touchdowns, which they've done. When you're missing your quarterback, you need your defense to come up. And yes, we saw just a great play there. Again, looking towards the back of the end zone, trying to complete that 1-point conversion attempt towards Jonathan Weir. And Keon Reed got his hands on the ball. We need to see more from this Grabba Leaf defense, right? You will need a stop to win this game at this point. You're now down 2 possessions. An onside kick is not enough. When your quarterback is out, when your offense is hurting, you need your defense to come up big, and that's where I'd love to see Grabba Leaf still step up in this game.
Yeah, exactly. But again, starting with offense, you have
Trey Bentley under center, talking to his slot left receiver. Currently Mikol rushing towards Bentley. Bentley looking towards his left, throwing downfield, looking towards Edgehill. It is triple coverage. It is picked off. Shanton Smith has the ball. Currently Mikol is directing traffic. He hops over midfield. Turn over. First down. Ballz deep. That is not what the doctor called for.
No. So Aiden had a step on. Bentley just kind of underthrew it, had 3 defenders in that area. If he just threw that more towards the end zone, I think that would have been a great touchdown pass, but unfortunately it was picked off.
That was unfortunately an underthrown ball. We have
timeout
from Ballz deep. If that ball is 2, 3, 4 yards further downfield, you allow Jaden to catch it in stride. Instead, he valiantly tried to jump over 3 players. That being said, even Edgehill was not able to go up and over 3 defenders. We now would need a miracle to see Grabba Leaf turn this one around, and that miracle would stop with a stop on this upcoming possession.
Preferably a pick 6.
A pick 6 would be exactly what the doctor called for. This game is looking strangely similar to our Co-Ed 1 final, where we saw a team put up 20 points in the first half and none in the second. This scoreline, actually 36-20, is the exact scoreline of that Co-Ed 1 final. Do you think Grabba Leaf have another touchdown in them today?
To be honest with you, the way it's going, I do not. I think this is where they self-destruct. Kind of something we kind of saw all year long, where they're so athletic, but I feel like sometimes the games get away from them and it just blows up. And I think we're about to see an explosion in these last 10 minutes.
Let's see if we see an explosion of offense here from Weir looking towards the sideline. Touch, caught down, touch. down. That is number 81, Russell Clipston.
Yeah, so there you go. Great routes from Ballz deep there. Great job. I believe that is Brandon Birch, number 81. I think there's just an issue on the jersey that was given. But again, great play for Ballz deep.
That is indeed Russell Clipston. The reason why we're confused is because the last name on the jersey is Branch.
Okay.
That being said, I presume there's a former jersey of Mr. Branch, Mr. Clipston now stepping in, and Ballz deep going for two. Weir surveying, DeFazio back as a second quarterback, Edshow rushing DeFazio, Parkinson coming in on Weir, who's now taking off, running, scrambling, throwing, and the ball is deflected, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Matthew Peacock, who's usually a sure-handed receiver.
Yeah, kind of funny that Matthew Peacock dropped that one. Usually, again, you're kind of saying reliable receiver. Those are usually the ones I use at catches, and that's the reason why that connection between Justin Weir and Matthew Peacock is so good.
It's the trust, it's the confidence that he's going to come down with every ball thrown his way. What didn't help him there in his defense was I think the ball was touched by the rusher. So instead of a nice, neat, tight spiral which you can wrap your hands around, the ball had a bit of a corkscrew on it. I think we both know how much harder it is to catch a ball which is corkscrewing instead of spiraling. It gets in your fingers. Not an easy catch. Nonetheless, one Peacock wish you would have had back. Now, Reed huddling for Grabba Leaf. Throwing deep, looking down the sideline. That ball is incomplete. And I don't think his receiver, who's throwing up his hands in exasperation, ever really had a chance for it. Justin Weir had a better chance of coming down with that one than Camden Jeremiah.
Yeah, again, it seems like both him and the receiver were just not on the same path line. The same wavelength, exactly. Kind of seeing how Wise had his hands up, and Justin Weir almost got his second pick of the day.
Very close to a second pick of the day, closer to a pick than a reception. Grabba Leaf need to take a deep breath.
Yeah,
they still have a chance in this game. It's not insurmountable, but that pathway to victory starts off with just completing a pass. Here we have Bentley scrambling to his left, makes Curly Mikul miss, tries to get between Weir and Mikul. They squeeze him out, and they both come away with a flag. He is currently flagless, but has gained a first down.
Yeah, so great decision by Bentley. He kind of went right, decided to go left, and just went all out on a sprint where he ended up getting a tackle, but he gained, I don't believe, it's not a first down, but it's 8 yards.
Yeah, very true.
Which is, it's to be honest with you, it's a start of something.
It's a start of something, and it makes this defense play a different way. One of the matchups they have been consistently winning is Bentley on Mikul. With Justin Blackburn out, their usual rusher, that's an advantage they have, and if they can exploit that more, be it scrambling, be it running, be it extending plays, it's something this team can start growing on. Instead of that here, we see a bad snap that is able to pick it up. Bentley's chucking it deep, and it is intercepted by Jonathan Weir. The wheels are falling off.
Yeah, as kind of was saying, self-destruct. So again, kind of something we're kind of looking at. I feel like I feel like they're trying to call the game there, but I don't think they're going to do that. But yeah, again, I think this is looking about self-destruct. It's to a point where Grabba Leaf, they play as well as they are communicating together. I just feel like right now they're kind of off, and I guess, and also the absence of Darius Weir.
The heart and soul of this team, really.
Yeah.
Is trying to win a game without their identity, their soul, their quarterback. And the result is what we see here. A completed pass. This is Weir completing towards not Branch, but rather Russell Clipston. 5-yard gain. From the demeanor of Grabba Leaf, they think the game is over, and I do believe they are correct.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But, I have to give it to them. They still made it to the finals. Being 3-7 with the season that they did have, I mean, props to them. They did a great job. No one counted them in. No one in their division, no one in this league thought they were going to make it here. So at the end of the day,
they've proved everyone wrong, and I think what I'd like to see now is going forward for this Grabba Leaf team with Reed back at quarterback. What does the future hold? Is this a division? We're coming up to the fall season, right? No, we're coming up to the spring season.
Yeah, spring season.
We're coming up to spring season, so is this a Division D team? They feel too talented for Division D. With the experience they've gained, perhaps C, What do you think is the upper bound limit for this team in the spring season?
To be honest with you, I think they are a Division D team just because they're not they're not consistent as we kind of saw how they went 3-7. I think they would be a very good Division D team.
Perhaps early favorites.
Yeah, exactly. Top 5.
Top five. Okay. Keep an eye out for Grabba Leaf going forward. While this game may not be unfolding the way they wish, they nonetheless have the athletes, and what they're just missing is that cohesion and that FPF experience. In a similar manner to Ballz Deep, we saw Ballz Deep rise throughout the divisions for a number of years and now finally make it to a championship. But this is a team who I think has taken 7 or 8 years to really reach their full potential.
Yeah, I don't think Ballz Deep have FPF championship as well. I don't think they do. Maybe they have one back in the earlier days. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember a Ballz Deep championship as well, and I'd ask to not be cited on this one, but I don't recollect them winning one here. We have Shanton Smith motioning. The fake handoff going towards him. Weir stopping, throwing towards the sideline, complete towards Jonathan Weir. Both teams now feel like they're trying to milk the time off of this clock. 5 minutes and ticking.
Yeah, it's literally what Justin's doing. He's doing the kind of the reverse. They kind of ran the previous play, so he couldn't run there. But it seems like they're just kind of
dinking and dunking their way down the field.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it seems like Grabba Leaf it's not really interested in making a stop. They're kind of just there finishing the game and trying to leave with some pride.
Some pride, and I'd love to see a touchdown. At this point in the game, you realize that the win is probably out of sight. Set yourself an objective. Is your objective a stop? Is it a pick? Is it a touchdown? I think those are all achievable still for this team. The handoff now goes to Matthew Peacock. Peacock biding his time, scrambling, throws the ball back to Justin Weir. Defender crashing in on Weir, who scrambles, makes him miss. He's going to now dance down the sideline, in, around, tumbles down, the touchdown.
Oh, tackled at the 1.
Tackled at the 1.
Yeah, so great tackle by Bentley.
Who has been the MVP for this season for Grabba Leaf, who's been their MVP in this game. He is an extraordinarily talented football player, and I think the other big question for Grabba Leaf going forwards is, how do you want to use Bentley? Is he best suited at quarterback? Is he the center stone of your defense, safety, or is he a receiver to put out wide and stretch the field?
Yeah, I think you leave him at receiver. I think he's too versatile as quarterback where you can kind of put somebody else. Again, Darius Reed is not here. He's the one that's kind of been in control at the quarterback position. So if Darius Reed was here, I would prefer Bentley outside. If Darius Reed isn't here, and if they kind of had this roster from the start, I would have preferred Bentley at quarterback the full game.
I believe the previous play was ruled to be a touchdown. What we're now seeing is a 1-point conversion attempt for Ballz Deep. Weir's looking out the back of the end zone, front of the end zone, intercepted by Edgehill, who gives himself up. That's a long way to run for 2 points at a relatively inconsequential point of the game.
Yeah, you kind of saw it. He definitely. To be honest with you, I think it would have probably been a foot race between him and Justin. I don't know if Justin would have ran after him, so he probably would have been able to get it since he only had only the other defender that was close by near him was Maya. I think he probably would have been able to outrun her. But again, he kind of just figured he got the interception, stop, convert, and he was done after that.
A gorgeous play, undercutting the route, read it well. This is a play we would have loved to see from this Grabba Leaf defense earlier. We now have our third quarterback, Keon Reed, coming in at quarterback for Grabba Leaf. Keon scrambling towards his left. He makes Mikur miss. He's looking deep. He chucks it, and it is a head-topping touchdown from Trey Bentley. What a throw. What a catch.
I believe he passed the line of scrimmage.
Oh, no. We have an illegal forward pass. The quarterback crossed the line of scrimmage and subsequently threw the ball. Thereby, the result of the play is an incompletion. That kind of sums up the night for Grabba Leaf, does it not?
Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to have 2nd and 10, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see something similar the next play.
To Grabba Leaf's credit, they're now playing for the pleasure. They're playing backyard football. in the schoolyard having fun. Time is running, a minute 38 seconds left in their season. A minute 35 now until Ballz Deep are crowned the Division 4B champions. Let's see if Grabba can salvage a touchdown out of this one. Again, chucking it deep, looking towards Jeremiah, who goes up and makes the catch, makes a first defender miss, makes a second. He is held and he is in for the touchdown. No flags on the play. Camden Jeremiah with an electric touchdown.
Yeah, so there can you see the kind of the athletic skills of Grabba, where he's kind of just putting it up. And as most would say, a 50-50 ball, but I don't think in that case that was 50-50 ball. I would give it more 60-40, even though how versatile Matthew Peacock is. I think he was just a bit out athletic in this situation.
That's the pass I'd have loved to see sooner. Make this Ballz Deep defense scared. Get some intensity going. Show exactly how athletic you are. Show that you can win those jump balls. I think those are jump balls they could have won all game long. We saw Bentley come down with one. We saw Jeremiah come down with one. Had they started with that approach, perhaps we could be looking at a different outcome. We now have an onside kick attempt coming up. Ball's thrown over the middle of the field. Intercepted by Jonathan Weir, who's going to run it back for a pick six. And I think that may just about be the game. Let's see if they whistle it. There are technically 50 seconds on the clock.
And the time is running as well, too. I think
there's a discussion. Do we end the game? Do we not?
Yeah,
I think, done. And there we go. The buzzer sounds, and Ballz Deep are your Division 4B champions. What do you think was the key to success for Ballz Deep in this game?
Just to stay composed and make sure Justin understood that the game is under his hands. I think one issue with Ballz Deep a lot of time, Justin gets in his head a lot, and it's to a point where he kind of screws up or ends up making a wrong read and puts his team in a really awkward situation. Today he did a great job. He used his legs when he needed to. He didn't rush any of the passes. He also made sure when he rolled out to one side, he didn't force a throw. He made it sure that every single ball he threw was precise and to his receivers, where he didn't grab a leaf, any chance of a jump ball. He put the game in his hands.
And for that reason, Justin Weir is my finals MVP. I'm not the one making the decision. He has my vote. Not that I have a vote, but nonetheless, he has it. He simply played a perfect game. He started off the game with an electric 40-yard touchdown. He did not make a mistake. He did not set a foot wrong. He was surgical. He was clinical. His only mistake he made was on an inconsequential conversion attempt. And it's that kind of play that you need from your quarterback in the finals. You don't necessarily need to win the game, because you have the athletes around you who can do that. You need to not lose it. And that's exactly what Weir did. He was precise, he was patient, and he is a massive reason why Ballz Deep are your champions.
Yeah, I'm so happy for him too. I've seen Justin play for so long, and finally he's able to get a championship with his boys too. Hopefully Justin Blackboard, that injury that that occurred to him, is worth it to get his first. I know for a fact this is Justin Blackbird's first FBF championship, so I'm hopefully the injury was worth it.
And now we're going to be going down to field level in a few seconds. We're going to have our MVP awarded and the trophy handed out. We have Nicolas Pierre Massé standing by with Justin Weir, and FPF Commissioner Jeff Rosenblatt standing by ready to hand out the awards.
Right to you, Nick.
Guys, I am with the Winter 2026 Flag Plus Football Champions of Division 4A. Am I correct? 4A? 4B. 4B. We were doing 19 games in 2 days. So the champions of Division 4B, Ballz Deep. Ben McMahon will present to you guys the official championship banner. Ben McMahon, who's our commissioner here, and Jeff Rosenblatt, the league owner, will bring to you guys the official trophy. And guys, I assume you're wondering now who will be your game MVP, who will be offered the game MVP ring. It is your quarterback with, wait a second, with 20 passes attempted, 20 passes completed, 5 touchdowns, 222 yards, and 1 interception, Justin Weir.
No fucking way, bro. Wow, you guys got money in this league, dude.
Justin, talk to me about the fact that you guys made it into this playoff run as the 8th seed out of 12 teams. You guys weren't at all supposed to make it all the way here. You weren't the favorites whatsoever. Tell me a little bit about the mindset of this team to make it all the way to this championship today.
This team I played with for maybe 10 years now. It's our 3rd championship, so we're not new to it. We've lost the other ones, but we finally overcome that hump and became champions today of Division 4B. At the beginning of the year was a rough start. We started like 1-3. We played a bunch of top-tier teams, and at the end of those games, I knew that we were able to beat them. We started playing our best football at the end of the year, which is when it counts most. I told the guys that it doesn't matter if you go 10-0 in the regular season, as long as you can make the tournament at the end and do what you can do there. And we got hot at the right time and started taking out top seeds when we were the 8th seed, and we got to the championship and did our business.
You got hot at the right time as a team, but you personally got hot as an individual. 20 passes attempted, 20 passes completed, 5 touchdowns, an absolute perfect game, 222 yards, and 1 interception. Talk to me a little bit about your personal performance.
I mean, I can't do it without my team, my receivers. They're the ones who are catching the balls. I just put it there. Me being a dual threat QB, I think that kind of opens up a lot of passing lanes, and I was just able to put the ball where it had to be.
Thank you so much, Justin. Enjoy. Congrats. Once again, the champions of Winter 2026 Flag Plus Football, Division 4B, Ballz Deep.
Thank you.
Back to you guys in the booth.
And there you have it. Ballz Deep, Division 4B Winter Champions. Justin Weir is your finals MVP.
Well deserved.
A very well-deserved finals MVP. What do you think is in store next for this Ballz Deep team?
To be honest with you, I kind of want to see this team in Division 3. So again, I believe they've been in Division. I believe they've been in C before, but they never made the step for Winter Division 3. So I think after winning a championship, even though they went 5-5, I think these guys are well. I think they're good enough to make that extra jump again. Maybe they need to have one addition to kind of fill out the full roster, but I want to see these guys in Winter Division 3 next year.
And there you have it, Ballz Deep. Your challenge is set. We think you're ready for Division C. Let's see what you have in store. And once again, congratulations on the Division 4B Championship. Signing off, this has been Alexis Dubois alongside
Quasi Gordemont.
And stay tuned, coming live in just a few minutes, we have an electric 5v5 final. Future Olympians, former pros on hand. Stay tuned. It's going to be fantastic.